翼。
俺は俺の道を生かしてもらう。
もっともっと強くなります。
俺は俺のプレーで証明するんだ。
これが特訓の成果だぜ。
Hi guys, welcome back to Tsubasa again. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and yes, we are still kicking at these relentless banners. Today we are going to bring you the analysis for the Japanese banner part 2 featuring Ken, Sawada, Sorimachi and Urabe. These banners are really draining us out, so once again we apologize if we don't cover every single banner released during this anniversary campaign. By the way, special thanks to AoiTopGear again, providing us with more insight for this video. Let's kickstart the video. Ike! Ken Wakashimazu, soldier guarding the goal, is a toughness type Japanese goalkeeper that plays for the Japanese national team during the Rising Sun arc. As you all may know, Ken played as a forward as well during that period, so the chances of him being released as a forward might be slim, but he might come back as a Rising Sun forward at a later date, similar to Tachibana twins having same multiple version during World Cup 18 releases. He comes with only 2 hidden abilities that reminds me of the agility type World Cup Selenas. Shot killer for high and low flying shots, each granting a 30% stats bonus. These 2 hidden abilities are still useful in some scenarios, but as a whole not as valuable compared to non-flying shot killer, simply because setting up flying shots is a lot harder than non-flying shots. Unfortunately, Ken does not come with the new team skill. Instead, he is equipped with Extreme Awakening of Japanese players, 15% to all stats for Japanese players. His passive is Pedal to Metal, granting him a 10% stats bonus during full power. His main skill, Wakudoryu High Jump Kick Catch, is capped at 475 momentum and only requires 330 stamina. It has a really stylish animation and is one of the more stamina efficient catches in the game. His sub-skill, Triangle Jump Defensive Chop, is an A-rank punch capped at 325 momentum and costs 185 stamina per use. Ken's stats allocation looks similar to Rising Sun Genzo, leaning more towards catch. His base catch is at 10k, supported by a 6.6k power and a 7.8k technique. He is significantly faster than Genzo with 6.1k speed, but less stamina, just below 1.1k. When it comes to goalkeepers, limit breaks are mostly straightforward. 25 to all catch, power and technique. Ken ends up with a respectable 15.3k catch and 9.5k punch with our suggested limit break. As Wakatorio High Jump Kick Catch hits 72.6k and as Solid Block hits 74.8k. These figures escalate during full power to 79.8k and 82.3k respectively. If your opponent attempts flying shots, Wakatorio High Jump Kick Catch and Solid Block soars to 94.3k and 97.3k without full power, and over 100k during full power. For his skill build, keep his default skills and give him S Solid Block, A and B Triangle Jump. Ken does not have access to a C rank catch yet, so for those who do not have access to Solid Block, can give him something to do with close quarter wide shots. C rank punches might not do the job, so the next best option is A Super Punch. So for those that have no idea where Solid Block comes from, it comes from the World Cup 2018 version of Ken, and unlikely they will bring back the older version of Ken. Hopefully in the near future they will give Ken a new catch or just put Solid Block in the shop. Final thoughts for Ken. Rising Sun Ken is definitely an upgrade over 97 Ken. This version of Ken with solid block has higher final momentum than the 97 Ken's punch. So in theory, this new Ken is an upgrade for toughness type Japanese team. Unfortunately, new agility type Napoleon, who is a toughness Ken killer, and the new agility type Levin, who is a catch killer, were released before Rising Sun Ken. So there are already players that hard counters him. Thus, many of the toughness types players might prefer to keep 97 Ken in the team, as his passive is useful to build full power. Takeshi Sawada, Meiwa's Quartet's control tower, is an agility type Japanese player that is part of the Rising Sun Japanese national team. He is able to fit into your team either as a defensive or attacking midfielder. My boy, Sawada looks sharp with his new haircut, and he is by far the best among his bannermates. Sawada is very similar to his 97 iteration in terms of character design, and comes with 3 hidden abilities. Born, all players gets a 2% stats bonus as long as you have 3 toughness type non-Japanese players. Auto interception enhanced, 80% chance to activate a skill intercept. And finally, stats up, 4% catered exclusively for agility type Hyuga. That makes him an important player for those who are playing agility type Hyuga and do not have access to Dream Collection Sawada. Furthermore, his bond is in line with Rising Sun Hyuga, making them an inseparable pair. Sawada is outfitted with a new team skill, Super Solidarity, for agility type Japanese players, 20% to all stats as long as you have 5 or more agility type Japanese players. He is the second piece of the puzzle to complete the full 60%. His passive is Mid-Area Master, stats plus 15% while in mid-area. Do note that mid-area is not a huge area, so avoid playing Mid-Area Master on the sides. It really gets under my skin every time I see someone doing that. His main skill is Clutch Hop Dribble, capped at 440 momentum that requires 255 stamina. This is a fantastic S-rank dribble for Sawada, with only the downside being his main skill, which means you are required to sacrifice Rising Sun Sawada if you want to have these skills on other versions of Sawada. His sub-skills are A Perfect Pass, capped at 295 momentum and costing 170 stamina. Swift Interception, capped at 295 momentum, requiring 280 stamina to execute. Sawada's stat spread is very well balanced at first glance, with his dribble being his main choice of attack at 8.4k. Defensively, he is much stronger than his toughness and skill type counterparts, with both tackle and intercept in the mid 7k range. However, he is weaker in passing than the mentioned version at 7.3k. We recommend going with utility build, 16 dribble, tackle, 18 speed, 17 pass, intercept, and 16 technique. This build spreads the stats across speed and technique tree, polishing up his balanced stats allocation. Okay, let's focus on his in-match parameters when he is in the mid area, with our suggested limit break included. As you can see from the right of the table, his pass, tackle, intercept surpass 13k, and his dribble is at a staggering 14.9k. Clutch Hop Dribble hits a total force of 65.4k, Perfect Control Pass at 55.5k, and S Swift Interception at 57k. Even without a proper S rank tackle, his A Strong Tackle hits 36.3k. Sawada is one of the best utility midfielders, as long as you can control your line, keeping him within the mid area. As for his skill build, replace A Perfect Control Pass and Swift Interception with their S versions. Finish up his build with S Toho Golden Duel and A Strong Tackle. For those that do not have access to these skills, you can consider using his default skills and A versions of the suggested skills. He does have S Solid Pass available as well, but the momentum is rather low, only at 385 momentum, so it is not recommended. Now, our final thoughts for Sawada. He is very comparable to the 97 Sawada due to his passive and hidden abilities, and some might say that he is better than the 97 version. So this version of Sawada is better at dribbling, intercepting and tackling than 97 Sawada, while the 97 Sawada is only better at passing. Do note that 97 Sawada's auto-intercept only activates in the mid area, while Rising Sun Sawada can auto-intercept anywhere on the field. And we do feel that Rising Sun Sawada is a massive upgrade over Dream Collection Sawada, as he is better at every single aspect. So looks like the agility type Japanese teams are the clear winners in this banner. Kazuki Sorimachi, the way discovered, is a skill type Japanese forward that is part of the Japanese national team during the Rising Sun arc. For some reasons, Sorimachi was given a total of 60k stats, and with a surprising 20k allocated to defense. It's Sorimachi's turn to shine? Or is it? Sorimachi only comes with 2 hidden abilities. Bond 2% for the entire team as long as you play 3 or more agility type non-Japanese players. This is in line with the Rising Sun Tsubasa and might prove to be a good reason to start him. Low ball request. Sorimachi will only receive a low ball within the penalty area unless the ball is sent in by a high baller. It works very well for him as he has a 12.5% stats bonus for low balls due to him being good in low flying shots. Sorimachi comes with the new team skill, Super Solidarity for skill type Japanese players. All stats plus 20% if you have 5 or more skill type Japanese players. He is the final piece required to complete the full 60% team skill. His passive is Penalty Area Master, stats plus 20% when inside the penalty area. His main skill, Unrelenting Header, capped at 440 momentum and requiring 370 stamina, is a S-rank volley with no special effects. This is the best volley Sorimachi has access to, and if you combine his low ball bonus and passive, he might actually become a viable scorer. We will touch more on that in the parameters slide. He also comes with a A shadow shot and a A fainting dribble. Both skills are sadly on the weaker side of the spectrum. Here comes the interesting part, his stats allocation. Let's start talking about his massive 9.4k tackle and 9.2k intercept. I was told by Kozo that Sorimachi had a more defensive role during the Rising Sun arc, so it kind of makes sense coming from that perspective. But wait, Sorimachi does not even have access to any interception skill and only has access to a weak A tackle. So a massive part of his stats are kind of wasted into irrelevant areas. With that said, let's hope that better defensive skills come in the future. Moving on to his attacking stats. Both his dribble and pass are at a decent level, while his shot is surprisingly good at 8.6k supported by a 7k power. His speed is only average, which is not ideal for a forward who needs to get into the box quickly to be an effective scorer. There is no question about which role Sorimachi plays, at least until better defensive skills are being released. We suggest going with an attacking build, 25 shot, speed, power, 21 pass and 4 technique. Sorimachi's defensive aspects are quite amazing with little influence from our suggested limit break, 12.7k tackle and a 12.2k intercept, which are not relevant in the current state of the game. When inside the box, his shot is at 16.3k and a massive 18.3k for his volley due to his low ball bonus. Unrelenting Header is really impressive at almost 81k and Toho Striker combination hits 75.7k. Sorimachi is a viable goal threat if we manage to pull off a volley in a good position. As for his skill build, replace A Shadow Shot with S Toho Striker combination for those who are playing Sorimachi alongside Hyuga, or S Shadow Shot for those who are not. Drop him a S Toho Trinity for those that are playing him together with his Toho compatriots, or A Strong Pass if you don't. Round up his build with A Strong Tackle. Looking at Sorimachi's stats, it does feel like he is a more defensive forward with a low ball nuke. But he is missing strong defensive skill, so currently if you want to play him, he has to be played like a Nuke Saki or Dreamfast Magus, where you have to set up the ball for him in the box. For those that do not like to play with high and low ball, he will most likely be a bench player for his team skill. But if and when they release a good interception skill for him, he will be helpful in countering the 1-2 shoot strategy from kickoff. Also, let's not forget about Soga, who fits into a skill type and agility type Latin American mixed Japanese team, providing a 15% auto intercept chance to Sorimachi, making him more useful in the future. Sorimachi Urabe. Tenacious defense to challenge the world is a toughness type Japanese player who can fulfill the role of either a defender or a defensive midfielder. Similar to the rest of the Japanese players released in this banner, he is part of the Rising Sun Japanese national team. Urabe-sama comes with 3 useful hidden abilities. Bond, 2% to all stats for his team as long as there are 3 or more skill type non-Japanese players on the pitch. It has the same requirements as Rising Sun Aoi, so having him alongside Aoi is the way to go if you can meet the requirements. Next, we have Stat Handicap Resistance, a blanket 3% reduction to the buffs for his team regardless of type and region. This is more valuable than those who only reduce the buff for certain types or regions. Finally, Insight Master, 30% to all stats when you pick the correct action in the matchup. That makes Urabe a strong defensive player, especially for those good at reading their opponents. Urabe-sama is equipped with the new team skill as well, Super Solidarity for toughness type Japanese players. All stats plus 20% if you have 5 or more toughness type Japanese players. His passive is Shot Killer, all stats plus 20% against non-flying shots. Do note that this passive is applicable to tackle and intercept as well, as long as the opponent chooses to shoot against Urabe in a matchup. His main skill is not fantastic nor new. Hot-Blooded Block is capped at 420 momentum and requires 400 stamina per use. His skill package is completed with A Tenacious Sliding Tackle capped at 325 momentum and A Forcible Interception capped at 225 momentum. Urabe is weak offensively, both his dribble and pass is under 5k mark. He is defensively sound, with his tackle and intercept around the 7.5k range, and block at 8.4k coupled with a decent amount of power. Until Urabe-sama gets a better S ranked interception, we suggest going with 25 to all tackle, block, speed and power. As Forcible Interception is rather painful to invest in, but for those that intend to move towards that direction, taking his 30% Insight Master into account, you can consider going for the 21-4 split between tackle and intercept. It will be tough to get through Urabe-sama using a ground shot with our suggested limit break, as his Hot-Blooded Block can hit a staggering 84k with Insight Master and his passive applied. Against a flying shot where Urabe chooses to block, Hot-Blooded Block is at 72.8k, as Tenacious Sliding Tackle at 71.6k and as Forcible Interception at 48.1k if you manage to read your opponent's mind. Both skills fall off to 55.1k and almost 37k if Insight Master is not active, unlikely to win any matchups. We recommend replacing A Tenacious Sliding Tackle with the S version and wrap up his skill build with either S Perfect Cross or A Precise Strong Pass and A Speed Dribble. Urabe has quite a reasonable chance to win an offensive matchup with his Inside Master activated. That's the reason why we put offensive skills on him. Final thoughts for Urabe-sama. He is also an upgrade over the 97 Urabe for Toughness Japanese team in terms of defensive capabilities. Unfortunately for him though, Dream Collection Igawa was released a few days back. Both of them look designed for the central defender role, and Igawa is clearly a better option in that role with some amazing hidden abilities and passive. This means that Urabe will be placed on the side if you have Igawa. With his weak interception skill, players might aim to 1-2 through him with success even when Inside Master is activated. So overall, this banner feels like a filler banner meant to take away our dream boss before the other big boys are released. Players like Misaki, Misugi, Matsuyama, Jito, Ishizaki comes to mind. Only Sawada feels like a worthy player in this banner. With that said, the most attractive part of this banner is clearly the availability of more 20% team skills. We do think that more 20% team skills will come in the future, so unless you really need any player in this banner to fill a position, you can skip this banner or wait for the next banner announcement before pulling. Alright, thanks for watching this video, and remember to hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Follow us on Twitter, check out our Patreon and YouTube membership program if you wish to contribute and keep the channel going. Special thanks to Nothing XS, Wise Dream Team, and AoiTopGear for their contributions to the channel. This is T.K signing out. Bye bye.